Purdue Elementary students to come down and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. At this time, we will have a moment of silence. Thank you. Purdue Elementary, if you all will lead us in the pledge, come on down. Thank you all very much. It is always great to have visitors with us because that's why we're here for our students and teachers, our schools. So we're going to recognize now our visitors for today, starting with Purdue. From Purdue Elementary, our principal, Dr. Andy Payne, if you will introduce your guest.
And thank you all today for inviting us and letting us come today. To get a little older, so I had to take some notes today. But I am honored and blessed to be able to bring two phenomenal students with me today, as well as our current Teacher of the Year. And so I would like to tell you a little about them. First off, we have Robert Rhodes down here. He's one of our third graders. You know, we're only third, fourth, and fifth grade. We only get them for 3 years, but he epitomizes what we look for in a third grader coming to our school. You know, we talk about Bulldog Pride. We have 7 characteristics we talk about every day. And when you talk about a third grader at our school who does this, it's Robert Rhodes. Now, Robert loves social studies. He's a history buff, but he also loves superheroes. And he can tell you about every character who's ever played Flash or Superman or Batman. And he's very knowledgeable. When I was talking to him, getting to know him a little bit, lately, I was like, Robert, what do you want to be when you go there? He said he wants to be an inventor. He was explaining this new idea he has for the lawnmower because his dad cuts grass a lot and how the blades fold up and way past my knowledge. When I was in third grade, I just wanted my G.I. Joe. And here he is. He says he watches TED Talks in third grade and that he wants to be a Rhodes Scholar one day. Again, when I was in third grade, I just wanted my brother not to pick on me. Okay? And so, no names here. But he is a great young man, and we are honored that he was one of our kids at the school. Just make sure I get everything on here real quickly. And like I said, he wants to be a Rhodes Scholar one day. He's very knowledgeable, and his teacher says he's a standout student in class. So this is Robert Rhodes with us today. I also brought one of the ones who are leading us, one of our fifth graders. Her name is Amy Bowers. You might recognize her because she is a WMAZ junior journalist. And she's done many things for our county, and she's got another year on that. And I was talking to her, I said, well, what do you want to do when you go over? Robert wants to be a Rhodes Scholar, and she said, well, I plan to go work for WMAZ. But you got to start as your reporter. And you're going to start low, and as you work up, and she started going through every stage till she's an executive producer. And it's very knowledgeable. She knows Laura Lynch, Frank Malloy. She's got them all on a first-name basis. Well, you know Laura. She worked her way up, and now she's like, that's awesome. So she's very outgoing. She also loves social studies, also loves history, and she actually enjoys spending time with her sister outside. Both of them are older siblings, and they both love their younger siblings a lot, and that's what we teach at our school is family. Each other and respecting each other, and they definitely do that. And Amy, like I said, she wants to be a journalist one day and work her way up. And they both have higher aspirations than I ever did in elementary school, and that's what it's about. They're growing up in a different society, and we're proud of both of these students, and Amy especially, like I said, for being out there and getting her name out there already at such a young age. And this is Amy Bowers. Teacher of the Year, Miss Sarah Dean. And Miss Dean's been in education for 14 years. She's married to Jody. He's in our county. They have 3 wonderful kids. Sarah is probably one of the hardest, if not the hardest working person in our building. She does anything you ask of her. She's phenomenal at what she does. We have 8 4th and 5th grade ESOL kids. One of them moved in about 2 weeks before the access test. She worked with them so much, 6 out of the 8, so really 6 out of 7, exited the program because of her work. The one child who just moved here 2 weeks before the test, who couldn't speak one word of English, is now talking in sentences, can do blends, the TH, the CH, and all that. And I'm sitting there just amazed, almost in tears about what she can do with our kids. When you talk about differentiated instruction, when you talk about building relationships, I think Sarah did. So we are honored to have her as a teacher at our school. Let's recognize some of our students and our teachers of the year. And thank you again for all y'all do for us as our county. We couldn't be who we are without a board education like y'all, so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. From Hospital County Crossroad, Principal Dr. Hunt Walker, if you will introduce your guest, please.
Thank you, Dr. Scott and Mr. Wilson and all the board members for the Valley Crossroads. I have with me Brianna Stout. She's a senior. She's going to graduate from House County High School May 28th. She has already been accepted to college. She had 3 offers, but she's going locally, and she's leaving in August. She's a great student. She's a student of the month in April for good grades, good discipline, and a real good student. She said she's going to leave us, but she's not going to forget us. She can come back and check on us at Crossroads. We have Tyreek here. Tyreek won Student of the Month in the Allen County Business for 2 or 3 days. I told him he was Student of the Month, but we were doing a milestone for high school, middle school. Tyreek kept asking, when are you going to announce it to everybody? And, he kept hounding me, but I did announce it. He does a good job. Good student, good grades. He got all A's and B's. He told me that. I didn't check it out, but I'm going to trust him. I did check his discipline. He's doing real well in school. He's going back to Northside Middle. He's going to play football. He's a real great student, and we enjoy Tyreek at Crossroads.
All right.
Now we have Dr. Leon Williams. He's an interrelated teacher. He teaches math and science. He's a mindset trainer for the county. He was chosen as transition specialist. He helped the student reach their transition goals, and he's going to receive an award in 2 days. He has a doctorate. He also wants to be an administrator. He does a good job. He knows how to work with all the students. He knows how to communicate with them. If we got a special case, we call Dr. Williams. He calls him up to the side. He can get the job done. Dr. Williams.
From Northside Middle, Principal Mrs. Jan Melvin.
Good afternoon, everybody. Again, as everybody said, thank you for having us here today. I am here today with the largest group I've ever brought to a board meeting and felt compelled to bring every last one of them because standing before you is a great group of young ladies that are representing their family, Northside Middle School, and Houston County at a national competition this summer in San Diego for the FCCLA or FCCLA group. I won't say FCCLA on the announcements. But I want to introduce their sponsor for FCCLA, Miss Amanda Hayes, Teacher of the Year last year, top 5 finalist for the County Teacher of the Year. Does a tremendous job with our young ladies, and after taking them all out to lunch and driving down 75 with her, knowing the time that she spends with these young ladies, should be up for sainthood. Amazing at FCCLA, but I'm going to tell you right now, choral, not their thing. They know it. But anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Amanda Hayes to tell you about these wonderful little ladies.
Well, our 2 special guests are Emily Wagluski. She was 6th grade and 7th grade in FCCLA. They competed star events last year. I think we placed 3rd place, and then this year made a perfect score. We went to a nursing home and did some community service project with a local nursing home during school day. And then Acton Ruffin, also 6th and 7th grade in FCCLA, and also competed with chapter service project display and made a perfect score together. They also completed their Power of One, which is a goal setting with FCCLA, and I think they were one of about 4 or 5 middle school students that completed that.
All right. And then we'll introduce her, honor everybody else, I guess a little later.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And from Northside High, Principal Dr. Greg Peake.
Thank you so much for having us here. I got a few folks I want to point out. First is Teacher of the Year, Ms. Catherine Branch. She has been involved, whether it's senior class sponsor, she's done her term with the yearbook and all she was actually selected as a countywide Teacher of the Year last year, so we're very proud to have her here today. The student with me is Laura Mullins. Now, Laura Mullins, sorry. Farrah Mullins. Now, Farrah is been involved in the band, drum major, went from the drum line to drum major this past year. I actually gave her the principal award last night. And the reason it was a little bit special, and bear with me, I'll tell you a quick little story. I actually had Farrah when I was an elementary principal. She was one of my students at Westside. And in this particular day, I was asked to go help somebody with a hammer. So I go and grab this hammer, and I go outside. I actually think some kid got caught under the fence, wanted to get involved, it's a long story. But I pull the fence up, get the kid out, and on my way back to the cafeteria, I see this young lady who's falling. She's bleeding, nose is bleeding. And so, let me take you up to the office. And so the teacher says, Mr. Peter, can you come? Sure, no problem. So here I am walking through the cafeteria. One hand have a little girl with a bloody nose, and my other hand I got a hammer. I can tell you, there wasn't much discipline at Westside. But and all that aside, and here's the cool thing. I had a hammer as a prop last night, and I had no idea. She'd been telling me for about a week I have a gift for you. And last night she gave it to me after the ceremony, and that gift was actually a hammer that she had signed and whatnot. So very proud to present to you from this moment. Now the next folks, I'm going to let Dr. Randall kind of share. Janie Nichols, she's here. She's on the Northside staff as our graduation specialist. And she works with a lot of our students that for whatever reason may have gotten behind. They're on that close end of graduation, so it's what can we do to get them across that finish line. And Shaquem is here with us, and I'm going to let Dr. Randall again go into a little more detail. But Shaquem is a Northside High School student, but takes advantage of the EduCap. And I know you guys are very familiar with that. But what that is, and I don't mind telling you, I actually had to go to summer school myself to get called up to graduate. And I tell the students, and I told him on the way over here, listen, it doesn't matter what path you get there as long as you get there. And so I'm very proud to show him off. I'm very proud of the work that's done for those students that for whatever reason, maybe need to go a little bit different angle to get to that ultimate goal. So Dr. Randall, why don't you share a little bit about your program?
I'm Shirley Randall, and I run Edge Academy. Edge Academy is a credit recovery program for high school students who fall behind in credit, and the purpose is to get them to either transition back to their home school and graduate, or they finish up with us and march with their home school in May. Shaquem is one of those students. Right now we have 53 students slated to graduate this year and counting, because we've got kids working as we're meeting. And Shaquem came with 12 credits to recover, not to count the ones that he had to make for initial credit to be able to make it. He did. I mean, he came in, and like most students, they think, oh, this is going to be easy. Well, is it easy, Shaquem? No. No, it's not. I have to do a lot of mom calling and dad calling, but finally, Shaquem, the light bulb came on, and he was like, Dr. I got finished. Like, yeah, I told you that last semester. But he did. He graduated last week. He finished up with everything, and he's going to march in May. And we're so proud of him.
We have some special guests we're going to present some certificates to. We're very proud of all of our students and those who have accomplished state and national awards. From Northside Middle School, you've heard some information about them, but we're going to give you a little bit more. Northside Middle School students in the Family Career and Community Leaders of America chapter recently won several state During the Georgia FCCLA State Leadership Conference, they won gold medals and advanced to the national competition, which will be held this summer in San Diego, California. Would Ms. Amanda Hayes from Northside Middle, FCCLA advisor, please come forward with your students. Ms. Hayes, if you would please introduce your students so we will know exactly who they are that won these awards.
This is Afton Ruffin and Emily Wabluski, who won first place in Chapter Service Project Display. Hannah Pollock and Sarah Deloach, who won first place in National Programs in Action. And Casey Ruffin and Selena Luna, two sixth graders, who won first place in Chapter Service Project Portfolio.
Let's give them another. From Perry High School, FCCLA members also won awards to the Georgia FCCLA State Leadership Conference. More than 1,700 middle and high school students attended the sessions and competed in the event. 18 Perry High School students competed in 6 events, and all of them won either gold or silver medals. We'd like to honor those who won first place at state and advanced to the national competition. With Perry FCCLA advisor, Carmer please come forward. Please forgive me. Come forward, please. And Crystal Quick, thank you very much. If you will introduce your students to us, please.
Good afternoon. This is quite the roll. All right. These are our first place winners. We will be going to San Diego, California in July for our National Leadership Conference. I have Julian is Food Innovation Mission. And Jancy Wilson is, Jancy Wilson is recycle redesign, and then all the rest of them are parliamentary procedures. And there's 2 different teams for parliamentary procedures. And Grace and Keena, they have to take a test as part of the parliamentary procedure event. And Keena and Grace both received a perfect 100 score on their part of the test. Very proud of each and every one of them. So, Inadina Castro. Inadina. Catherine Weeks. Alyssa Moore. Caitlin Lapine. Always third making introductions. Fernanda Guadiana. Desmond Spicer. Lauren McBell. Keena Fairfax. Addie McElroy. Grace Peavy. Julian, how do you say your last name? Briella. And last but certainly not least, James Lewis. And we'd like to have a shout out for Mr. McPhail. Thank you so much for all your support that you give each and every one of us. We would not be where we are without Mr. McPhail. So thank you. Maggie, get in front of me. Yeah. Sorry. There you go. Put your sign right here. There you go. Thank you. There's so many of them. Let's look here, and then we'll look here, and then back. Wait, Miss Cornell now. All right.
Congratulations. Six students from our high school were selected for the Georgia Music Educators Association All-State Band. Selections for All-State is the highest honor a band member may achieve. Thousands of band students from across the state audition, and only approximately 5% are chosen. One All-State Band student is unable to be here, but we will recognize her by name. Veteran high student Nicole Tyag is at the International Science Fair today. Congratulations to her and her band director, Mr. Tom Brown, on making the All-State, as well as her selection to compete in the science fair. I'd like to ask our band director and students from Houston County, Perry, Warner Robins High to please come forward. Band directors, if you will introduce yourself and your students, please. And the instruments that they play.
Jay Davis, I'm the band director at Houston County High School. I have with me Lauren Schmitz and Rachel Gurley. They're both clarinet players. Rachel was 8th chair and Lauren was 11th chair clarinet in the 11-12 All-State band this year.
My name is Andy Hurst. I'm the band director at Perry High School. Today I brought with me Mr. Ian Cornelius. He is a 9th grade French horn player, and this is his second year making All-State mid and 8th grade as well. And this will mark the 12th consecutive year that we've had somebody make All-State band at Perry High School.
I'm Todd Howell, I'm the band director at Warner Robins High School. And I've got two fantastic young people with me. This is Rayon Love, who's made All-State band second year in a row. Of course, All-State chorus for the second year in a row as well. He's a fantastic academic student. And he plays the trumpet. And this young lady is our French horn student, Miss Emily Howell. And this is also her second year in a row to make the All-State band. And we're very proud of her from our household in particular. She's also first in her class, and she kind of wrapped up the other night at the academic awards night in, let's see, French, Lit, Math, and Civics. So Rayon and Emily.
I'd like to ask Ms. Michelle Moulton from the Georgia Department of Audit and Accounting to please come forward at this time.
Good afternoon. I'm the audit manager with the Macon Regional Office with the Georgia Department of Audits. Before I go into the normal spiel with my presentation for today, a little background. I started with the Department of Audits back in August of 1993, and my auditor in charge for my very first day of work was Mr. Stephen Thuplin. So that dates him more so than me. But I did have the privilege of working with him for several years before he left to go to Central Georgia Tech, and then when he came over here. He was an excellent auditor, and I will say that you're very fortunate to have him. He's a very good talent. Now, that being said, he also has a very good staff behind him, so I'm not going to give him all the credit. He wouldn't be able to do what he does without the staff that he has over there. But back in 2013, the Department of Audits decided that it was worth acknowledging the local boards who kind of put forth a little bit of extra effort and kind of went above and beyond what a lot of boards do, and that they should be recognized for their efforts. And in the Macon office, I can tell you, we're divided up into regions. We have 9 offices. The Macon office is assigned 21 audits, LEA audits every year. And there are only 4 of the boards that we do that are going to get this award. So that kind of says a little bit right there. But it's called the Award of Distinction for Excellent Financial Reporting. And before I read a little blurb down here that I said I was going to memorize, but I realized I wouldn't be able to. The bottom line is we give them a deadline of like November. It's an early deadline. They get it turned in. They don't have any what we call findings. That's bad stuff that you'll get in the audit report. You know, they're fully supportive. They give us all the supporting documentation that we need. Bottom line, it's nice and clean. It's got a pretty bow on it when we walk in the door. And it's the engagements that we wish that everyone that we have, we wish them like these. And fortunately, you are one of them. And how it's actually read, it says, an award of distinction is presented to organizations that submit quality financial statements and supporting documentation in a timely manner, whose annual financial report is given an unmodified audit opinion and is free of any significant deficiencies or material weaknesses, and comply with all transparency and government requirements. So all that blah blah right there means you've done a great job, and it's signed by the director of our Education Audit Division, Christina Turner, and by the state auditor, Mr. Gregory. So I'm pleased to present this to Mr. Thuplin and to the Board of Education.
The business office up here also.
Oh, absolutely, because he doesn't need all the credit.
No. And in reality, the credit goes to the board who take their fiduciary responsibility very seriously. The superintendent, the business office, the schools, it's a joint effort by the entire system. So I just give them credit.
Congratulations, y'all. Our next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. We reviewed that last night, and so we'll move on to the item 5 to adopt the agenda. Ms. Hughes.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to adopt our agenda for our May meeting.
It has been motioned and seconded that we adopt the agenda as printed.
April meeting.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the minutes from the May meeting. Any comment or question? All in favor of the motion, please show your hand. Unanimous? Thank you. Our board member comments. We're going to start on the other end with Ms. Laura.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to keep my comments short and sweet this afternoon. This time of year is a happy time for lots of folks. We have graduation and we have retirements, and living in a military town, unfortunately, we have some folks moving on, but it means we'll get new friends. I just wanted to share a passage with you this afternoon that my sister passed along to me some years ago. It's called Bits and Pieces. Bits and Pieces. People. People important to you, people unimportant to you, cross your life, touch it with love and carelessness, and move on. There are people who leave you and you breathe a sigh of relief and wonder why they ever came in contact with you. There are people who leave you and you breathe a sigh of remorse and wonder why they ever had to go away and leave such a gaping hole. Children leave parents, friends leave friends, acquaintances move on. You think on the many who have moved into your hazy memory. You look on those present and wonder. I believe in God's master plan for our lives. He moves people in and out of each other's lives, and each leaves his mark on the other. You find you're made up of bits and pieces of all who ever touched your life, and you're more because of it, and you would be less if they had not touched you. Pray God that you accept the bits and pieces in humility and wonder, and never question and never regret. Bits and pieces, bits and pieces. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We certainly want to congratulate all of our outstanding students for joining us today. Our school representatives, our FCCLA award winners from Northside Middle and Perry High School, all state band students. Thank all of you for your hard work and representing your schools in our system so well. We're very, very, very proud of all of you. Certainly, congratulations to the Teachers of the Year. Y'all are one of the main reasons our system is one of the best in the state. And certainly, thank you for all you do for your school and for the students you teach. Congratulations, Mrs. Thubin and your department for being recognized. We appreciate all y'all do to keep our system financially sound. We do thank you. So it's been said that it takes a village to raise a child. It also takes a system community to care for, to love, and to teach a child. As this school year comes to a close, I want to say thank you to those who have cared for, loved, and taught our students this year. First of all, thank you to all our parents who entrust your children with us. I appreciate your support that you give our schools. I want to thank all of our men and women who get up early in the morning and drive the school bus to get all our kids to school safely. Thank all our custodians who also get up early every morning to turn on lights, open doors, and then work hard all day trying to keep our schools clean and shining. We appreciate your efforts. Word of thanks to our food service. Folks who also get to school sometimes before sunrise to prepare food for our students, and some of those students may not have eaten since yesterday's lunch, so we appreciate y'all taking care of them. Thanks to all our maintenance crews that keep our facilities and equipment in good working order and our grounds attractive. Appreciate all that hard work you do. Thank you too also to all our hardworking, dedicated teachers who go beyond the call of duty to inspire our students to reach for the stars and for the influence that you have on them every day. To our principals and assistant principals, thank you for your leadership and your willingness to serve, even though some days get long and difficult. We do appreciate all you do. Thank you, Dr. Scott and Central Office staff for providing the support and resources that our teachers and leaders need so that we give our kids the best possible educational opportunity. Thank you to all my fellow board members for all you do and your willingness to serve, and for making decisions that are based on what's best for the most important people in the system, and that's our students. And so thanks to all who had a part in making this year another great Haskell County year, and congratulations to all our seniors who graduated.
We're going to
bad position. I was glad not to go behind Laurie. I was trying to clear my throat, and I had to touch my heart, and Coach as well. I want to say, you know, I'm thankful to be here and thankful to be among this group of people. We had a board retreat yesterday, and the staff, everybody that presented, y'all did a great job. Y'all keep us informed, keep us up to date, give us a futuristic outlook on things, and are very open-minded about where we're going and what we do. And Mr. Thublin, you know, can't say enough for what you and your staff do. They need to teach you how to good time. If Steve tells you it's going to be a few minutes, that's a lie. A few minutes, you ain't halfway in his presentation. But y'all do a great job, and thank you for the hard work y'all put into keeping us informed and making our job much easier. Thank you for the schools that are represented here today. All of you, just, you know, I can't say enough. I was always I had a father that was a football coach, and my mother was a music teacher, and it taught me to balance both of those. And I appreciate, you know, the sports aspect, which a lot of us are involved in, but the FCCLA and the band, that's important too, and it keeps our kids plugged in to something that keeps them out of trouble, that keeps them focused on schoolwork and staying, you know, it gives them a purpose to be there. And I appreciate the teachers that do that as well. And I know y'all don't get as much accolades sometimes as would be necessary, but I do thank you for what y'all do. And last but not least, graduation is right around the corner. This one is not any more special than any other, except maybe to me and a few people at this table that are going to have our kids graduating. And for me, and Dr. Scott, it'll be our youngest children. And I'm looking forward to graduation. Yours too. And but it's a sad time because children are going into a progression of life. You children are going into a progression of life, and that's important. But as a parent, it's tough. It's going to be tough. And if any of us break down and start crying, don't laugh. No, it ain't funny. It's a glorious day, you know, to watch our kids walk across that stage. And it's a good day to sit here and watch y'all progress and move towards that graduation. And I'm thankful to be a part of it.
Thank you. Ms. Hughes.
Yeah, all right, gotta pay attention. All right, obviously, welcome to our district today. You are what makes our meeting special. And if you don't believe me, come by next month or in July. It's really kind of boring. So, thank you for being here, for all you do to make our school system look great. On a sad note, our school system lost two very special friends during the last month, and our hearts still reach out and prayers continue for the Mundy family and the Boswell family. Our school system, and in particular, Warner Robins High School, has lost two of its most avid supporters. But our losses have its gain. I do know that both of these men changed and impacted many lives during their time here, and they will be dearly missed. As the song that was sung at one of the services, because we knew them, we have been changed for the better. We have been changed for good. On a brighter note, special thanks to Meredith Potter and Shanna Wood and the nutrition employees that were honored at their nutrition banquet at Fairville last week. Every day, and even in the summer, our school nutrition employees create nutritional meals for our students while adhering to strict nutritional guidelines, worrying about food allergies, and yes, even offering that friendly customer service smile when they serve the food. It's also the time of year when the budget process begins. Thank you, Mr. Thublin and Dr. Scott. I think Houston County employees are going to be really happy with this budget, and I think Houston County citizens are going to be really happy with this budget. So we'll tease it there for a little bit later. We also honor our retirees tonight, so that's a special event. And finally, boys high school graduation, May 27th and 28th. And that is my favorite time of the year. And I say this every year, but it's why we do what we do. And when that student walks across the stage, whether they're an Emily or they're Shaquem or whatever their name is, and they receive that diploma, they have succeeded. And maybe, yes, they shake a lot of hands, but there are people they don't even know. But they have succeeded, and we as a school system have succeeded, and we'll be very proud of them. So I look forward to that.
Brian?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As always, the first part of our meeting is always the best. I think I could speak for my fellow board members here and say that the success stories of our students and teachers are what keep us motivated as board members. So thank you for all that you do. Hard to believe that the school year is almost over. I've got a 5th grader and an 8th grader at home that are rising to middle school and high school, so I understand the excitement in the air, but it can't help you but a little apprehensive as a parent. But after listening to Dr. Peavy's story, I think everybody's going to be in good shape after I tell them the Hammer story back there. So we're about even a discipline issue. Kudos to Mr. Stephen Thublin and his staff. I did a great job. Hope mentioned the retreat yesterday. I don't know if we called it a retreat after we had listened to your X minutes of finance stories. But nonetheless, good job, kudos, and we couldn't do it without you. We appreciate all that you do for the system.
Rick?
We are nearing the end of another successful year, and I would like to add my thanks to all who made it so. I won't go through the list. Mr. Crockett did a great job of that. I would add, perhaps, although he mentioned you, I appreciate the students because you decided to make this a successful year. Those of you who are here are the best of the best, but you represent hundreds of others. They're back at your schools that are working just as hard and trying to make it a successful year as well, and I thank you. Yesterday we did spend several hours with a couple of Stevens filling our heads with numbers. Stephen Horniak gave us some new ways of looking at student data. As a teacher, I found that a little bit more than challenging. I was a music teacher, and I did well to count to 4, sometimes 6. And but looking at that at our data through those lenses really was helpful. And I thank you, Stephen and Mr. Thublin. I'm excited about the budget. I think that not so much about the presentation, but about the budget. I'm excited about what Hudson County is going to be able to do this coming year, and I do thank you and your staff.
Thank you very much. Just a couple of comments. First of all, I want to echo the thanks that has already been given to everyone. And on a professional, personal note, with Mr. Monday and the loss of Mr. Monday and the loss of Mr. Boswell, both of those guys, not only Warner Robins High School, but had an impact on this community. Hearts go out to those families, and thanks to them all that they have done and will continue to do through what they left behind with people that they touched. I want to share with the board, I attended a function at Pearl Stevens Elementary called Boys to Men, and several of the staff members attended as well. And I want to say to the people who put that program together, it was beyond anything that I know I could have conceived as far as teaching those kids great skills on dealing with each other and how to handle themselves and carry themselves in academics and all of that. The Boys to Men program is something that is very, very special for those 5th graders that will be moving into middle school. And then Warner Robins Middle School has a program that I've attended that's on a high level, that is their middle school instead of elementary students. But what I'm saying to us is this is the type of program that is needed or can be used in every school in some form or fashion. So I want to encourage staff and everybody who's a part of that, helping our children to grow. This is a great program, and I want to commend the Pearl Stevens staff and everyone who had a hand in putting that program together. So again, thank you for all that you do for our students at every level within our school system. And then our last comment I was sharing with Dr. Scott, I received a phone call from the Georgia School Board Association people who are putting together the communications workshop for this GSBA summer conference. Houston County's name is out there in a very positive way, and they were wanting to know some of the things that are making our system a success. Our teachers, our administrators, and all of those, but they were asking specifically about the board and how we operate together as a board. And I just simply said that we as a board member, as each board member, first of all, we're focused on our students, and from there we respect each other, we honor each other, and whatever each other say, we look at it in an objective way, so to see how we can put it into one particular direction and make it where all of our is going to be best for our students. So board members, we are out there, our names are out there in Houston County, and they know what we're doing, how we're doing, etc. And they want to learn from us. So I commend you and let you know that I commended you to them as to how our board is getting along. And then, of course, Dr. Scott, our leader here for the school system, I share with them some things of how we work together with him. He's very easy to work with, and he keeps us informed and lets us know things that he recommends. And I really appreciate working with you and all that you do for the school system. So again, commendable to all of you and for all that you do. Thank you. Okay. Dr. Scott, Superintendent report.
Yes, I too want to just say thank you to the board for indulging us yesterday for a long day of going through numbers. And yes, we had to sit through Stephen's presentation, but that was a necessary part of that meeting, and I do appreciate it. We're joking with Stephen, but there's a lot of work that goes into that budget. And we saw the end results of the award that was given to the business office and to the system for our accounting practices, but it all begins with this process of working through the budget and making sure that we're good stewards of the taxpayers' dollars. And we're very excited about this year coming forward. And you know, I know when Lori got on the board, she heard us talking about a board retreat. She got all excited because she found out we were just going in a room back here behind the building. Don't think that we're going to some nice place to do that. We're again, being good stewards of money and using resources that we already have. But I do appreciate the board's cooperation in that. And it's been a busy time. May is always busy. We just got the CCRPI results this past week, and you know, as we've gone through there, we're very excited about some opportunities to continue to grow. We're excited about the success of our schools, and we realize that that's lagging indicators, that that's data from last year. But it does give us reason to know that some of the things that we're doing is working, and those that are not, that we can, you know, if there's areas where we can do better, we're going to do better. And one of those we identified yesterday was our transition from elementary to middle, and Brian talked about, you know, some of those transitions when kids go from elementary to middle to high, maybe there's some more support we can provide kids, and so we're working in those areas. But we're very proud of our school system. We're also very proud of our Houston County Sharks. They won another state championship, and that, you know, they won the 2016 state wheelchair football championship, and that gives them 17 state championships in 8 years. That's awesome. We also are celebrating our retirements, and this year our retirement mantle will be tonight at 6:30, and we'll be honoring 76 retirees. And you know, this is another one of the programs that would not be possible if it were not for community support and the sponsors that are available to us there. And so I do want to just say thanks to our premier sponsors that each provide at least $5,000 each year to support things like our teachers' retirement banquet, our opening session, and other teacher recognition programs. And that includes HEA Federal Credit Union, Harris Construction, Valley, Yancey and Bluebird, and the brand new premier sponsor, Flint Energies. So we want to say thank you to those sponsors. As already been mentioned, our ultimate event of the year is graduation, and there's only 11 more school days before we end the year, and we're moving into our graduation. And we will start our graduation on Friday, High School, and then on Saturday we'll have Houston County High School, Northside High School, and then Warner Robinson. So we're excited about that. It's a little change in the order of events for this year, and we're hoping that all that goes well and works with everyone's schedule. Again, those ceremonies will be held at Miller Murphy Howard at the Agricultural Center, and there will be approximately 1,800 seniors to graduate. We'll be live streaming, and we'll have those DVDs available. So if you're interested in that, you can look on our website or contact Beth Loftus Department in our school system. We also have special days this month that we do usually every month. But last week we celebrated Teacher Appreciation Week. So congratulations to all our teachers on another successful year. And I know somebody mentioned it earlier that what sets us apart from other school systems is the people. That includes the students, the parents, the community, and the people who work in our schools every day. And teachers are certainly on the front lines, so we say thank you to them. This week is School Nutrition Employee Appreciation Week, and we celebrated the success of those programs. And we had our school nutrition program recognized by the USDA for Southeastern United States, and I believe at that event there were only like 4 awards given, and we got half of those. So it was a big deal. We celebrated that. We celebrated our employees of the year in that department, and so we're thankful for everything they do to make our school system what it is. Tomorrow, May 11th, is National School Nurse. We got some school. Do we have any? Just one? We just have one here today. We want to also say thank you to our school nurses for everything they do. And there's certainly not enough of them to go around, and we are proudly adding one more nursing position in our budget. So that's a good thing. Also, next week is National Police Week, which we will preserve and honor our SROs. So you see any of these people that we've listed today, please tell them how much you appreciate their contribution to our school system. And I wish all of you well at the end of the school year and again another phase, whether that be graduation or be going to the next grade level when they're progressing to graduation. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have just a few more items on business that we need to take care of, and we'll be done. Financial report. Ed?
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the March 2016 financial report as presented to the board yesterday.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the financial report as presented. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you, unanimous. Personnel report.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the financial or the personnel report as presented last night or yesterday.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the personnel report as presented on yesterday. Any questions or comments? All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Unanimous. We have some personnel actions that for individuals. So number one on appointment of 2 positions. David.
Chairman, I move that we approve as recommended Ms. Carmen Hayes, position of assistant principal at Houston County High School.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Ms. Carmen Hayes to the assistant principal position at Houston County High School. Comment or question? All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you. Unanimous. Next one is Rick, number 2.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the superintendent's recommendation for Mr. Mark Sands for the position of assistant principal at Warner Robinson High.
Second. It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Mr. Mark Sands for the position of assistant principal at Warner Robinson High School. Questions or comments? All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Unanimous. The next appointment, the next position, Helen.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation for Ms. Rebecca Oakley for the position of assistant principal for instruction at Northside Elementary.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Ms. Rebecca Oakley for the position of assistant principal for instructions at Northside Elementary School. Questions or comments? All in favor of the motion, please show your hand. Unanimous. Gordon?
Yes, sir, I'd like to recommend that we approve Dr. Scott's recommendation for Ms. Keon Cobb for the position of assistant principal for instruction at Pearl Stevens Elementary.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Ms. Nakia Cobb for the position of Assistant Principal for Instruction for Pearl Stevens Elementary School. Comment or questions? All in favor of the motion, please show your hand. Unanimous? And,
Yes, from the superintendent's recommendation, I would like to recommend Mrs. Phyllis Tolliver for the position of Assistant Principal for Instruction at C.B. Watson Primary School.
it has been motioned and seconded that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Ms. Phyllis Tolliver for the position of Assistant Principal for Instruction at the C.B. Watson Primary School. Comment, questions? All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you, unanimous. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda will be on the new business, school nutrition bid extension. Dr. Hunter.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the school nutrition bid extensions at an estimated cost of $7,384,500.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the school nutrition bid extension for approximately $7,384,500 for the next year. Comment or questions? All in favor of the motion, please show your hand. Unanimous? Thank you. FY tentative budget proposal. Ms. Hughes.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to request tentative approval of the fiscal year 2017 budgets for the general fund, debt service fund, and capital project fund.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we give tentative approval for the FY17 budget proposal and for a total amount of $246,660,234 at this time. Comment or question?
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a comment about that, and Ms. Hughes made some comments earlier that I wanted to share with you is that we are including in this budget a 3% increase for all employees across our system, both certified and classified. And, you know, that's something that's well deserved, and, you know, it's been since the 08, 09 time frame since any of our employees have gotten cost of living raises, and so we're so proud to be able to do that. I thank the board for their support.
Do we have any other comment or question? All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Revision of policy JGCD. Brian?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented the revision of policy JGCD, which allows school personnel to administer albuterol or levobuterol while relieving the personnel from civil liability.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the revision of policy JGCD for student medication. Comment or question?
Mr. Chairman, I would withdraw yesterday, so I didn't catch this. This board does not have the ability to waive civil liability, so my recommendation would be that we put the statutory reference in the policy that waives the civil liability. This sentence is as much comfort to employees as it is a policy of the board, and I have statutory immunity from liability on it. So that would be my recommendation.
Do we need to take any more?
If you don't mind adding that to your motion in a second, I think you're right.
I'm good with that.
We will. Okay. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Gerald. You're always right on top of everything. Thank you, sir. The last item on the agenda, division of job description. Laura.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve the revision of the job description for assistant principals countywide, as presented yesterday.
Sorry. It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the revision of job description for assistant principal that will affect assistant principal countywide. Comment or question? All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you. I believe that's all the items on the printed agenda. With no other items on the agenda, I will need a motion to adjourn. So, motion and second that we adjourn at this time. Thank all in favor of the motion. Thank you very much.